a little bit to anyone that hasn't done this class before. My name is Aneequa. I teach Pilates for Our Parks. Great exercise for lengthening, strengthening injuries. It's good for toning up the core. Just a general good stretch, especially if you've been working at home and your desk sort of setup is not the best. Everything is just really, really nice and stretched, and it will set you up for the rest of the day and hopefully for the week. And yep, as I mentioned before, injuries, if something feels funny, leave it out. Otherwise, feel free to message me through the chat and I will give you some options there. So let's get started. As usual, we're going to start in the correct alignment for Pilates. So if everyone wants to stand with your feet hip distance apart, I'm trying not to stand too far back just because it seems the lighting scenario makes me look quite dark. So feet hip distance, soft knee, so they've got a slight bend, hips facing forward, pelvis in neutral, so do a pelvic tilt forward and back and find that midway point. Navel into the spine, shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground as usual. Imagine that lovely string on the crown of your head pulling you nice and tall. So we should have this nice posture there. We'll go straight into a bit of breathing and then put the core engagement on top. Hands on the lower ribs as usual. Let's take a really nice deep inhale through the nose. Filling up the space in the back of the ribs and exhale through the mouth. And as usual, if you remember, in Pilates, we're breathing in through the nose, really trying to fill up the lower back, the space in the back of the ribs, and exhale through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a birthday cake. So imagine that when you inhale, it's like you're filling up a balloon, and on the exhale, you're blowing out a birthday cake, so you're getting everything out. Let's go ahead and add the core engagement in, and then we'll do some breathing on top. As usual, I'd like to spend a little bit of time going through this because it's so crucial for all the exercises that we're going to do later. So core engagement, a few different things. Let's start with the pelvic floor. That hammock, as weird as it sounds, in between your legs, pulling all your organs up to 100%. So you pull it up really, really tight and then release by a third. So this is all nice and tight. And let's put our hands on our lower ribs and do a couple of breathing exercises there. So inhale. And now when you exhale, draw the abs in and keep this area nice and tight. So we'll go again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, keeping everything nice and engaged this time. We'll do one more. Exhale, lift from the center. On the exhale, draw the abs together. Okay. Deep tummy muscles now, same thing, but we're going to imagine this belt or corset tied on the tightest notch into 100%, released by a third, just under the chest. So nice and tight here, like you're pulling something inwards. And let's do a couple of breaths there. Deep inhale. And exhale through the mouth. And again. Oh, I think someone might have their mic on. You've got your, if you have your mic on, just be sure to have it on mute just so that we don't have the interference. I can't tell who it is. Okay. Bear with me. That seems to be okay. Okay. Let's do up and in together, and we'll do a couple of nice breaths. So up and in, let's go ahead and take a couple of nice deep breaths there, inhaling through the nose. Get all that lovely oxygen in, exhale through the mouth, this time keeping everything up and in, so nothing is hanging out when we're exhaling. We'll go again, inhale, think up and in. Exhale through the mouth, keeping this whole powerhouse area nice and tight. Okay, so we've got our breathing and our core engagement. Let's go straight into our mobilization. So we're going to start with the head and neck first. Just look down, slow semicircle one way, back the other way through the center. And now, for those of you who have been doing this class a lot, really think about that core engagement. Even when you're doing this, think about that posture, nice and tall. Tuck the belly in. A couple more. Get the head and neck nice and warm. Hand on the head, other hand on the shoulder. Take an inhale, look down. Gently pull the head away from the shoulder. Getting all that nice oxygen in between. So we're creating space in between the head and shoulder. Gently pull. Inhale back to center. Exhale the other way. So you're looking down now. We're doing a different stretch, pulling the head away from the shoulder. Okay. Straight into our lovely shoulder rolls forward, up to the ears and round. I always like to start off with this one. So we're doing small circles up to the ears and round. And then let's go ahead and reverse. Okay, straight into the arms. Feet are still hip distance, tuck the belly in, arms are shoulder height, and we've got the fingers pointed, small circles all the way from the shoulder, forwards first. Keep breathing, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then let's go ahead and reverse backwards. Keep going, keep breathing. Okay. Stretch out the arms, however feels good. You can bring one arm back and then bring that same arm forward just across the chest. And then we'll do the other arm to get the arms nice and stretched. Okay. From there, let's do our twist. So let's do it today with the hands on the head. We're going to have our hands on the head. The hips are going to stay forward. Remember, the hips stay forward, just the head and torso is twisting. So take an inhale, exhale, upper body is having this nice rotation. Feel that spine rotation. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist the other way. So remember, just really be conscious that those hips are staying forward. Tuck the belly in as we're doing this twist. So it's just a nice rotation of the spine, getting the spine nice and warm. 2 more to each side. Keep those hips forward. 1 more to each side. Okay. Perfect. Really nice work. Let's go into our side bend, gentle side bend down the leg. Inhale back to center. You're just inching those hands down the thighs, stretching the spine in a different way. Just a couple more to each side. Okay. From there, let's go into a standing knee twist curl. So keep that posture, tuck the belly in. You're not going to bend forward now. You're going to have one arm out and you're going to bring that knee across the body to touch the elbow. So really imagine that that knee is coming up high, tuck the belly in, use the core engagement to help you. And remember, keep the body as upright, that posture as upright as possible, and try and bring that leg up to meet the knee. If it doesn't and it just goes to about there, that's fine, but it's better than folding over. So we're trying to keep the posture nice and tight, use that core engagement. Starting to get the blood going a little bit, the heart pumping. So let's go straight into our squats. Let's do we'll go into the squats with the balance. So I'll show you first. We'll have our hands in prayer, thumbs to sternum, elbows are out. They're not down here, they're very much straight. We'll have the feet hip distance in a V, wider than hip distance, sorry. And then we're going to take an inhale, squat low. So really sit low, then hold that knee up in a balance. Go back into the squat, hold the other knee up. So we're doing our balance and our squat in one. Inhale as you come up, exhale, squat. Exhale as you stick the bum out really low. Inhale as you come up, suck the belly in as you hold that balance. And we're just going to do a few more of these. So squat, lift the knee, squat, lift the knee. If you've got bad knees, then you can just go to wherever feels comfortable. You don't need to go super low. Otherwise, really sit low, stick the bum out, feel it in the glutes and the thighs. Let's just do a couple more in your own time. Exhale as you squat, inhale as you bring the leg up. Perfect. From there, let's just go ahead and do an ankle rotation, either way on the mat. So I'm just rolling the ankles. Go back so you can see. I'm just going like this, one way and then the other, Just warming up those ankles so they're nice and safe for the exercises. And then we're going to go straight into our roll down. So as usual, if you want to take a posture at the end of your mat, same as the starting alignment, feet hip distance, soft knees, hips forward, pelvis in neutral, shoulders back and down, string pulling you tall. Take an inhale, exhale, tuck that chin in, slowly in your own time start to fold over, rolling down nice and slow. If you want to bend the knees, you can if it feels good. Otherwise, keep the knees straight and just roll where feels good to a spot where you can have a really, really floppy head and arms just hanging there. Should feel really nice, nice lengthening of the spine. Then you're going to take an inhale and you're going to use that exhale to slowly fold back up, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, like a string of pearls, just uncurling, keep the head down and the chin tucked in, and then the head comes up last. And then we're going to do that same thing again. Really enjoy this stretch. Inhale, exhale, tuck the chin in, slowly start to roll down. Folding over. Again, bend the knees if you want. If you want to bring the hands all the way down to the mat, with bent knees, you can. Otherwise, keep the knees straight. Really use the core here as well, so it's not going into the lower back at all. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. And then the head comes up last. Okay. This is going to be our last one. We'll do a nice little hip flexor opening. Some of us have done this one before. So roll all the way down in your own time. Tuck that chin in and roll it down. Okay. When you get down to the mat, I want you to stay in this the froggy kind of position. So you're on your toes, the knees are bent. I'll show you from the front. So you're in this position. Hands are going to be in prayer, the inner elbows on the outer elbows on the inner knee. So you're going to take this position and we're just going to hold it. But what you're doing is you're using the elbows to open out the knees and get a nice stretch of the hip flexors. So hold it there. Take an inhale, exhale, push those knees out and just hold. And breathe, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Try and stay in this position. And then slowly we're just going to rock to one side and then the other. Think about that balance. Think about that core engagement helping you stay up. Keep pushing with the elbows to the knees and it will help. Just a couple more. And then you can take a seat on the mat. We can, we can start we'll start cross-legged. I will move this closer so you've got a better view. Okay. So let's sit cross-legged. We'll do a couple of spine stretches and then I'll show you the first mat exercise we're going to do. So from here, get comfortable, sit up nice and tall. Another exercise I always like to do, take an inhale, exhale, tuck the chin in, and you're just curving into the lower back. I'll show you from the side. Just gently curving into the lower back with the shoulders relaxed, chin tucked in. And then as you inhale, you're going to straighten up nice and tall. Exhale, tuck the chin in and slowly curve. Really imagine that you're just curving this spine into a nice C shape. Inhale, straighten up nice and tall. Even in exercises sort of simple and slow as that feels really, really good. And you're kind of just lubricating all of this, getting the spine nice and mobilized. Let's do a couple more. And then last one, tuck the chin in. Okay. From there, we're going to go into just a forward spine stretch. So I'll show you first from this side. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're going to have your heels on the mat. I'm kind of coming off the mat, but you're going to be sitting in this kind of position, and the knees are going to be raised off the mat. So on the heels, and we're going to fold over to the front. So you're going to take a, really think about the core engagement, suck the belly in, tuck that chin in. We're going to have the hands about here. Inhale, exhale, just start to reach over for the toes. You're just folding over. It doesn't matter if you touch your toes or not, we're just folding over, and you're using the core to prevent it from going to the lower back. And then we're going to come up, and then we're going to do another one like that. As you exhale, just reach forward. Okay. And now we're going to change it a little bit. When you we're going to keep the hands there. As you exhale and fold forward, one leg is going to straighten on the mat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, the other leg. As you stretch forward, the other leg is going to straighten and come back up. So inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, reach forward, straighten one leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, straighten the other leg. And so you're straightening the leg as you reach forward, keeping one knee up. We'll do a couple more. Exhale, reach forward and stretch one leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, reach forward and stretch the other leg. Okay. From there, let's go into our oblique stretch with a half roll down. So in this same position, you're going to sit up nice and tall, suck the belly in, slowly rolling down a few vertebrae wherever feels comfortable. You'll know a bit later when we start doing the exercise where the perfect point for you is, where you can feel it in the tummy and not in the lower back. So you might even come down a little further. Feet stay hip distance, palms facing each other. So you're still using the core, so you shouldn't feel it in the lower back. If you are, then you can sit up a bit higher. Palms facing each other. Take an inhale. Exhale, open out to one side. Keep one arm straight, the other arm and the torso and head. Just twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale the other way. And again, inhale. Exhale, open out. Perfect. Really, really nice. I can see some of you doing it really, really well. Let's do a couple more. Just open out and twist. So it might be that you want to lean back further if you can feel it in the core. And let's do one more to the other side. Okay. From there, let's go into, we're going to do our toe taps. And then we're going to do a different exercise. So from here, you can go ahead and lie on your back, get comfortable. Lower spine as usual, flat on the mat. No, you shouldn't have this kind of like hill here, should I say. You shouldn't be able to put your hand here. It's nice and flat. Feet are hip distance. We're going to get the legs in tabletop. Knees above the hips. Feet are still hip distance. Toes are pointed and the toes are higher than the knees. When you've got this nice position, you're going to have the palms facing down. Take an exhale. Use the core to bring the toe into a toe tap. Hold it back in tabletop, and then the other leg down into a toe tap. So we're just going to do a few of these. And remember, keep the toes pointed. Really nice, very nice. It's about control and precision. So think about those two things. Think about up and in. Keep that navel sucked into the spine. Think about the breathing. Inhale as you come back to tabletop. Exhale as you do the toe tap. So it's as usual, there's a few different things to consider, but over time you do get used to thinking about the breathing and the core engagement and everything like that at the same time. So let's go ahead and do a couple more. Last one. And then go ahead and hug the knees and circle the knees around the chest one way, then the other. Feel that nice little lower back massage. And that should feel quite good. Okay. From there, we're going to go into a leg circle upwards. So I'll show you first. Staying in the same position, you can have one knee down, so one bent knee on the mat. The other leg is going to come up nice and straight. but you're keeping the lower back flat and the toes pointed. It's hard for you to see my toe, but my foot is staying like that, but extended. And then we're going to use the core to create these circles. Keep the leg as straight as possible. So we're just doing leg circles. We're going to do some in one direction and some in the other. So the key thing to bear in mind here is keeping the lower back flat on the mat as you're doing the circle. And the emphasis, I think, is on the upswing of the leg, because you're using your core and the powerhouse to do this exercise. So we're going to do a few more one way, and then go ahead and reverse that leg. We'll do those circles the other way. So remember, you're just swinging the leg up, using the core engagement. Keep the leg straight, the toe pointed. Really, really nice. Straighten the knees as best as possible. Keep breathing. And then let's go into the other leg. So the knees bent. The other leg comes up now. Toes are pointed up to the ceiling. Knees straight. Keep the lower spine flat. So you're kind of bringing the leg down. And then into these big circles as best as possible. Keep the palms of the hands face down on the mat. That will kind of help you grip onto the mat, and you're just really circling around. Keep the lower back flat, keep breathing. Think about up and in. Think about drawing those abs together, and it actually does help you to be able to do the movement. So we'll do a couple more. Switch directions if you haven't already. The legs should be feeling nice and tired now. From there, you can bring the legs back in. We're going to do a couple of double leg extensions, and then we're going to have a nice side body stretch, and we'll move on to side lying. So bring the legs back into tabletop. Lower spine flat, engage the core, and now you're going to stretch both legs back to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Really use those tummy muscles here. Inhale to center, exhale, stretch. Inhale and exhale, stretch. If this feels like too much, bring one leg down and you can just do one leg. So that's another option for you. Otherwise, ideally, both legs straighten, pointed toes. Inhale, hold it there in tabletop. Exhale, stretch. So remember, knees stay above the hips, feet are above the knees. We're just straightening. Back to tabletop, using the core muscles. A couple more. Keep those toes pointed. So the toes are kind of down, but pointed. Okay. Go ahead and drop the knees to one side. Head looks the other way. Arms in a T position. Feel that nice stretch down the side of the body. And then we'll switch. Drop the knees to the other side. Head goes the other way. We're going to do one more on each side. Okay. From there, let's just do 4 shoulder bridges with the arms floating behind, and then we'll move to side lying. So I'll show you this for those who haven't done it. Same position, knees are bent, feet are down now, lower spine flat. Imagine that string in your belly button, pulling it to the ground. Think up and in. When you're ready, take an inhale, exhale, slowly raising up, pelvic tilt towards you. You're just lifting the hips up, coming into the shoulders. You're using a tight core here. So again, you're not feeling it in the lower back. Also, you can clench your glutes, so glutes and abs, but not the lower back. When you're in the bridge, float the arms behind. Inch those fingers behind you, like you're reaching something behind at the same time as slowly one vertebrae at a time lowering down. So you're doing 2 things at once. Feel that lovely stretch. Arms come back down. Let's do another 3. In your own time. Inhale, exhale. You're coming up into that shoulder bridge. Float the arms behind whilst you're in the bridge. And then as you're lowering down from that bridge, one vertebrae at a time, you're inching the fingers further behind. Perfect. Really, really nice. Arms come back. Let's do our last two. Into that bridge. Use the core engagement. Draw the abs together. Float the arms behind. Lower it down. Arms come back down. This will be your last one. Make it a good one. Take an inhale. Exhale. Think about up and in. Slowly coming, peeling off the mat into that nice bridge. You don't have to come up too far. Wherever feels good. Use the glutes and the abs. Float the arms behind and then roll down. Perfect. Very nice. So let's go into our side lying exercises. From here, you're going to just lie on your side. Use the edge of the mat as a guideline to lie nice and straight. Suck the belly in. Legs are totally straight, toes are pointed. Prop yourself up. From here, so make sure the hips are stacked on top of each other. They're not forward or back, they're nice and aligned. You're going to bring the leg all the way up. Then the toes are going to touch the inner knee. Here, and then back up. We're doing these ones. So inhale, exhale, stretch, and bring the toe into the inner knee. So keep going. Use those abs, that powerhouse to keep nice and controlled, precise. Really just getting the glutes and the thighs going. Let's do another 3, 2, last 1. Okay, inner thigh exercise. So bring that same leg in front like this, and then you're going to lift and lower the other leg that's on the mat. So let's just go ahead and just do a few of these. Let's go ahead and do 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It feels weird sometimes using that leg. You are using muscles often that you're not normally using. Let's go ahead and take our Sphinx in between before we switch over to the other side. So lie in the front now, on your forearms, hips are down, front of the feet are down. And then just take an exhale. Lower back extension, bring the head back. Breathe. Go ahead and do your quads here. So bring one leg in. You can bring the head to the mat now. And then bring one leg into your bum, hold it there. Feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. Hold. Go ahead and take the other leg, bring it into your bum. Really pull that leg in until you can feel that stretch down the front of your thigh. And then we can go ahead and switch. So let's do your leg exercises on the other side. Get comfortable. Tuck the belly in, toes are pointed. Remember, we're going to lift the leg, bring the toe into the knee, and then lift. Nice and controlled and slow. Really nice, very nice and controlled, long, flexible legs I can see there. A few more. Let's do another 3. Remember, even when you're doing this, think about up and in, suck the belly in, draw those abs together. Okay, bring that same leg in front, and let's do lift and lower of the leg that's on the mat. So let's go ahead, just lift and lower. Think about using that inner thigh of the leg that's on the mat. Let's go ahead and do another 6. And 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Perfect. Time to take a lovely cat stretch. We'll do a couple of donkey kicks for the glutes, and then we'll have a nice stretch. So cat stretch position, all 4s, fingers are spread, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Back is a nice strong table, crown of the head forward, looking down at the mat, suck the belly in. From there, take that nice inhale. Use it to arch the back. Exhale as you reverse everything out, stretch everything out. If your toes aren't propped up already, give them a stretch too. If you want, inhale, tuck the chin in and arch. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, reverse. So we'll do a few more. Exhale. Inhale and arch. Exhale, reverse. Two more. Tuck the chin in as you inhale and arch. Exhale, reverse. Last one. Okay, really, really nice. While we're in this position, let's do a couple of donkey kicks. So if you remember this one, you're going to flex the foot now. And you're just going to keep that foot flexed and imagine that you're kicking a ball over the top of your head. So you're bringing that knee in and you're using that glute. Really feel it in the glute. Suck the belly in. Even here, make sure the belly is not hanging out. You're using that core engagement. So it's only the glute doing the work. Really, really cool. I can see everyone doing it really well. Micro pulses. Keep the rest of the body where it is, just the leg, just moving, kicking that ball over the front of your head. Go ahead and switch sides, flex the foot, and just kick, bring the knee in. Feel that glute just working as you bring the knee in, and then kick over the head. Nice and controlled. Okay. Very nice. Remember, keep that navel into the spine, use that core engagement. Very nice. Okay, you can go ahead and line your back. Let's go ahead and take our number 4 stretch. This class always goes far too quickly because we're having such a good time. Okay, let's go ahead and take our number 4. So ankle over the knee. And then you're pulling that other thigh in towards you, and you should be feeling the stretch here, sort of from the opposite glute and down the outer thigh to the knee. Hold it. Keep that lower spine flat on the mat. Feel that really nice stretch. Breathe into it. That way, when you inhale, get all the oxygen in, and as you exhale, push the leg, bring that leg in closer for a deeper stretch. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Other knee now on the knee, other ankle on the knee. Pull that thigh in. Really just use the exhale to pull that thigh in closer for a deeper stretch. Perfect. Final hip flexors. Soles of the feet touching now into the frog-like position. So the soles of the feet are together like this. Knees are down, heavy weights on the knees, lower spine is flat, get comfortable. Take an exhale and push those knees further down. So imagine something really heavy, almost like someone is standing on your knees and pushing them down to the mat, really opening up the hip flexor and groin area again, just giving you a good stretch. Again, inhale, feel the belly rise up with air, exhale through the mouth, knees are being pushed all the way down. From there, go ahead, straighten your legs for the final bit. Let the feet just go wherever they want to go, get comfortable, palms facing up, eyes are closed, shoulders relaxed. Just enjoy this nice little minute before getting back up. Total relaxation now. Feel the sun just streaming down on your face. Body starts to feel heavy. Face is nice and relaxed. You might want to tilt the head back slightly, jaw relaxed. Might mean that the mouth is open a bit. Breathing however you want to breathe, forgetting about the core engagement. Clearing the head, just thinking of nothing apart from the sun on your body. Feeling that nice feeling of bliss traveling from your crown of the head down to the fingertips, traveling further down the body to the ends of the toes. Everyone's done a really good job. You started early on a Monday morning, 7:30. Commitment that you've made to your body to do this exercise and to have this stretch. So you should feel really happy and motivated that you started the day and the week off in this way, because you've done a good thing for your muscles, your bones, your mind, everything. It makes such a difference. You can go ahead and have a really, really great day knowing that you've got your exercise done for the day. So slowly turning to one side. Let's come up to sitting, slowly to standing for our final posture check. So I'll let you have a few seconds to sort yourself out. And let's get into that same starting alignment and see how we feel now. So let's start as usual from the bottom up, feet hip distance, slight bend to the knees, hips forward, navel into the spine, pelvis in neutral, shoulders relaxed and down, chin parallel to the ground, string putting you really, really tall. Hands on the hips, let's do our heel raises, think up and in, navel to the spine, exhale up onto the toes. Using that core engagement, suck the belly in and lower down. And again, up onto the toes, and down, couple more. Last one, this time hold it. Use that balance and posture, nice and tall. Keep the head exactly where it is and just lower the heels. Feel that full stretch of the body, feeling even taller than the beginning of the class with improved posture. Hold it there. Give everything a shake. Anything you need to roll, anything that feels good. And another session is done. Thank you so much. You are all amazing. Everyone's done really well, so thank you.